Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instructions on completing the task at hand. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. I have a hot starting issue where it doesn't like starting once it's hot. The restart issue is very weird. When you go to restart it, the starter engages for maybe a half a crank, then disengages, and you can hear the starter motor winding, but the Bendix is not engaged on the flywheel, so it's not starting the vehicle. Let me see if I could duplicate what's going on here. And when I let go the key, I could hear the Bendix kick back in. You hear it? Now I heard it click back in. So I'm going to think that's a bad starter, so we're going to work on replacing the starter. Bendix not wanting to kick in when it's hot. It did start up the second time. We're going to replace the starter on a Volvo 960. If you look down here, you can almost see the two bolts right under those O2 sensor plugs are the two bolts that unmount the starter, and then the wires are on the front side of it, on the front side of the car. Let me see if I can zoom into that. That's where your connections are for the starter. So let's go ahead and get started. Since the starter has 12 volts at all times, I'm going to disconnect the battery and then undo the wires from the front of the starter where it connects there. From under the vehicle on the driver's side, you got the bolt that goes off the back of the starter solenoid. You got the wire that plugs there. Then you have the two 14 millimeters. I'll just probably get them all from down here and work the starter out this way. After you get the two 14s off the back and your electrical plugs off of there, you have a 12 millimeter, looks like, on the front of the bracket right there behind that little electrical connector. So let me reach up there, try to get that starter bracket loose. So on this starter, you got the two bolts that bolted to the transmission. You got the bolt on the front of the bracket that was near impossible to get out. And then I took the oil dipstick upper bracket 14 millimeter bolt loose in order to make the oil dipstick movable so I could squeeze the starter out of the bottom. Well, after going to get another starter and it not working, I contacted my mechanic in Orlando after going out to the junkyard, realizing that I was missing one of my wires. You see there's two red wires there. One of them got tucked out of the way and I couldn't find it. And I was only hooking up one wire, so it wasn't starting. So, lesson from me is make sure you got both of those large wires hooked up and your solenoid wire. Now, for me to get the starter out, I pull that starter bolt there. I pulled the one up above it. Then I followed the oil dipstick bracket and I turned that bolt out about 10 times so that I could pivot the oil dipstick tube out of the way. I didn't pull that bolt all the way out, but I did make it very loose so I can push the dipstick tube toward the firewall and work the starter out of this socket hole access here. I also got a T40, pulled that bolt and the one on the other side just so I can get this air tube loose, and I pulled the accordion tube out so that I could push this forward and give me more access to pull the starter out here. I didn't pull the tube, I just was able to push it forward. Now, as for the front bracket there, I did not reconnect that. Maybe a little over-engineered, but it sure is not worth the effort of holding the back of that starter with those two 14 millimeters in real tight. So there it is. It's in and it's working, and we'll fire it up so you can see it. And just to make sure that the starter works every time, it's going to fire it up again. Fires right up. We're going to take the car out for a drive, warm it up, make sure it works while it's hot. The other one was intermittent when it was hot. And now that the car is warm, we're going to see if it restarts without any manipulation. Fires right up. So we did have a starter issue. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.